All right, this is it. I finished my 2 articles for the month. This is my second and my final video as a Rideshare Guy contributor and as a Rideshare Uber and Lyft driver. The title of this video is After 10 years and 32,000 rides, I'm finally quitting rideshare. So as you see in the image there, it was just a driver, a little bit like myself, in his Honda Accord hybrid. The sun's coming up, coffee in his hand. That was a glorious time. So rideshare is not lesser work. It's an honorable profession. It's not just a gig to me. It served a valuable purpose. It made my passengers happy. It made me happy. And most important of all, it was able to allow me to move on to this next phase of my life. So this is my final video. There will be no more pieces from me reflecting on the past 10 years behind the wheel. I've said what I needed to say, done, finished, wow. And after 10 years and 32,000 rides, I'm quitting it all. So from this day forward, I transitioned from driver to passenger. And this video is going to share why I'm quitting and the thought process behind it. And stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to share with you my all-time favorite memory from all of my time. The one passenger out of 32,000 that still sticks with me. So all that and a whole lot more coming right up. All right, hey everybody, it's Cradeur with the Rideshare Guy, drinking a little home-cooked brew here, coffee. With some foam on top of it. So by way of background, here's me. This was circa 2018. I was leasing a Toyota Prius. That was my little blue babe there. It's got like 50 miles per gallon, and I put like 350,000 miles on it. It was a great car. Driving in San Francisco was a great gig. I loved it. But it is time to move on. And in this video, I'm going to pull back the curtain about what actually went into a decision like this. Not the dramatic version, the real one, the slow one, the one that quietly unfolds over the years. So number one, rideshare is a tool, not an identity. So for the first 5 years, it was an identity for me. I was pretty like, ooh, I'm a big driver and I'm making good money and I'm writing articles and people want to interview me and all of that. And then the pandemic hit and things really changed because I realized, hey, these robo-taxis are for real. And my body, I'm 66 now. I just can't be doing all this sitting in the car all the time. And I realized that this is a tool. This is a tool to help me to get from point A to point B. So that's number one. Realize that this is a tool, a fantastic tool. It's a gift that we have this tool. So I'm so grateful for it. But sometimes it's time to put the tool down and move on and put your hands on some other tools. No matter how comfortable that tool feels. I mean, driving is like, it's so natural to me after doing it for so long. But, as difficult as it is to say goodbye, sometimes you just got to say goodbye. Number two, flexibility becomes income security. So this is how I use the tool, right? With the flexibility it provided, I was able to drive just on weekends, just in the mornings, just to make the money so that I could support my mom, right, who I was taking care of for 5 years because she has Alzheimer's, and also make some money and work towards my goals. Number three, discipline is the real differentiator. So that's one of the main things I learned. And I guess what I'm saying is the confidence I got by being a driver, by repeatedly being disciplined in my approach, by repeatedly getting up at 2 in the morning, by repeatedly, practicing, with my passengers about listening, washing my car once a week, getting gas the night before, all of that. And that has translated into my life here in Bangkok. So for example, just a little bit here, I wake up at 5:30 every morning and I have coffee. By 6:30, I'm in the fitness center for cardio and strength training. At about 7:45, and I'll show you a picture of this, I move to the sauna. And then I do that for 30 minutes, and then I jump into the cold pool there. That's up on the 50th floor of my building. Then I meditate for about 30 minutes after I take a shower. And then from about 9:30 to noon, that's when I work on my computer, prepare, refine, and like that. And that's how the day continues, right? Very structured. And all of that I really learned at a very high level by being a driver. Because to be a good driver who maximizes your earnings in your particular market, you need to be disciplined. Okay, number 4, use rideshare to empower the future you. So the last video I did, I talked about this a lot, that as soon as you can, figure out what the bigger picture is for you. Because it's not going to be rideshare driving, right? That's just not going to happen. Your body's going to break down. You can get into an accident. Robo-taxis are going to take your job. You got to start planning ahead. What's the next thing? And once you do that, it makes your driving so much more fantastic, really. And at some point, you get to the point where you're going to say, hey, I can make much more money doing this. It's safer for me. It's better for my body. And it's completely scalable. These are the things I was thinking about. And that's why I chose day trading, because it met all my requirements. I wanted to be able to travel with it. I wanted it to be low expense. I wanted it to be highly scalable. And I wanted it to use my particular gifts. So that's how I looked at driving. Okay, and then number 5, success looks different for every driver. So the question really isn't, what's your passion? Which is, you hear that a lot of self-help stuff. What's your passion? If you do what you're passionate about, you won't work a day in your life. Which to me, I think that's bullshit. I think you got to figure out what you're good at, what you do naturally better than 90% of the other people, and that's where you can make some real money and feel really good about what you're doing because you're one of the best at it, right? I'm passionate about Jimmy Page playing guitar, but I'm not going to make any money as a guitarist. It's just not going to happen. But as a longtime salesperson, I got very good at assessing situations, and making key decisions in high pressure moments. I have good typing skills. I have good hand-eye coordination. I really like working with screens. So that all led me to that. What is it for you? Right? What is it for you? And then what that turns rideshare driving is a launch pad into your future. So that's where I got to, right? I haven't really driven since April of last year. And I moved to Bangkok, Thailand, and I was back in America in December, and that's when I sold my car. And in January, I was like, this is distracting for me, continuing to write these articles and make these videos. And I want to focus on the thing that's really making me my money and bringing me joy. And since I haven't driven for a while, it just didn't feel too authentic anymore, even though I have loads of experience to share about, not recent experience. So that's when I said to Harry, I think this will be it. This will be the last 2 articles and the last 2 videos. Key takeaways. I guess this will be the last time I do that. Always on key takeaways I go. Key takeaways. First, I promise you my favorite memories. It was somewhere in the 2016-17 range. It was somewhere south of the San Francisco airport. I picked up a woman, a beautiful young Asian woman, and her dad sat in the back. And he was in hospice. So his days on earth were very limited, and we were like going to the hospital. I dropped him off at the hospital. And we just talked about the frailty of life, One day you're here, the next day you're not. And it was so heartfelt and so deep and profound that I felt just privileged to talk to somebody about something that's probably the most important topic of our lives, which is when does, it's coming to an end, right? This dance doesn't go on forever, the end of life. So of all my conversations in the cars, I had a really great conversation with Jimmy Chin, which I'll always remember. But this one in particular, I don't know, there's something, I still remember her sitting in the front seat and just this feeling like, wow, this is so special that I'm getting to share this with someone who's about to lose her dad. And as it turned out, not long after that, I lost my dad in 2018. So Okay, so this image here, you see, this is a rideshare driver working on a computer, typing up an article, making a video. The bottom left is when I was a sales manager for Harry, for the Rideshare Guy. For a while, some of you might remember, I had the Rideshare Dojo, which was a podcast, that's been a long storied career. And then there's a picture of me and Harry. This is somewhere, I think around 2019, like that. And that was towards the beginning, and now I'm at the end. So yeah, so this is it, folks. Take a long last look. You won't be seeing me around much anymore. I may do one show with Sergio on his internet program. I've told this story before, but it's worth repeating. I was in Bali on vacation when I first reached out to Harry, also known as the Rideshare Guy. This is when it was a much smaller operation. I'd been driving for about a year and felt I could contribute to Harry's blog. This was before RSG was doing any videos. He wanted me to write like 5 articles in a month. And I said, no, I can't do that because I'm a full-time driver. You know, I was thinking I could write 1 or 2. Then a year later, they started to do videos, and you could do an article and a video together, and then I could commit to like 3. And that's when we started working together. And I worked as a sales manager. I wrote hundreds of articles. I've made hundreds of videos. I became the primary voice to assist drivers with unemployment benefits during the pandemic. A lot of you probably remember that. And with Harry, I created an educational course for new drivers. So a lot going on between me and the Rideshare Guy. And I just want to say directly to Harry Campbell, thank you for creating this. I know running an operation like this, the buck stops with you, and I appreciate you filling that role and allowing me to contribute all these years. So thank you, Mr. Harry. To everyone out there watching this, thanks for watching, thanks for reading, thanks for being supportive of my work. And that's it. I am stopping right now. This is it. The last thing I do for the Rideshare Guy. I'm going to edit this, upload it, and march into February 1st, which is tomorrow, with a clean slate. If you like this video, give it a check. Yes, I liked it. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, subscribe. That helps just everyone see more videos from us. I always say this. I started saying this, I don't know when, but go tell someone you love them. It makes a big difference. It's just, if it's uncomfortable, you break through that discomfort and you make someone's day, and you're just gonna feel better after you do it. Be safe out there. Go be huge. Find your thing. And I'll see you somewhere down the road. Take care. This is Jay Cradeur with the Rideshare Guy. Be safe out there. Bye for now.